good. Hi guys, welcome. Welcome. Guess who can be on their phone while they're recording the YouTube videos now? Bad bitch B. That's me, by the way, today, right now, in this context. Welcome to another video on my YouTube channel. Welcome to the very first video that I am filming on my, okay, it's not mine, but like you get the gist, on my brand new DJI Osmo Action 4 camera that I bought cash. Anyways, I'm just trying to connect this camera to the I'm trying to connect it to the would you look at that? Would you look at that? We are live. We're live. Oh, baby girl, we look good. We look so good. Hi. Welcome to another video on my YouTube channel. It's your girl Zaya. You know that I like to watch movies. I almost said watch books. You know that I like to watch movies, and TV shows or series. It's been a while since I've done a YouTube video. It's been a while since I've done a TikTok video, so I've forgotten my own intro. Hi, welcome to another video. It's your girl Zaya Z. You know that I like to watch movies, series and TV shows, and then read books and talk about the characters as if they're real actual people. And today, my dear friends, I'm doing something special, or something I hope you perceive as special. This, as you can probably tell by the title, is a very, not unique, but like seldom done concept. I haven't seen people do this. Like, I haven't seen any creators. I haven't come across any creators either on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, wherever. I have not seen anybody do something like this. I have seen people do movie reviews. I have seen people do movie recaps. I have seen people do series recaps. Shout outs to Kenny JD for Bad Movies and a Beat, Good Movies and a Glam. Shout outs to oh my god, I forgot my sweaty. I'll tell you her name just now. Shout outs to Amanda the Jedi. You guys, I'm gonna link all these people down in the description box just in case you want to check out the content as well. These are people that have been, shout outs to the Media Nights, shout outs to Cinepals. Like, these are content creators that do movie or like TV related content. In terms of African/South African content creators, I have not come across something like this, which is why I have been wanting to do this for the longest time. I'm just so glad, Guti, it is finally here. I've finally gotten my opportunity, my chance to do what I want to do. You can probably tell by the title, let's talk about movies Nollywood edition. So I'd just like to welcome you to the very first video in this new series that I'm starting on my YouTube channel. I've been doing this content for a long time, but I just haven't been recording it. I talk to myself quite a lot, so yeah, this is something like that. I'm so excited. Please ignore the hooter in the background. I am filming at home, so there will definitely be disturbances and noise and stuff like that. It comes with the territory. It is what it is. It does what it do. Let's just focus on what we're here for. Anyways, so this series now, I called it Let's Talk About Movies because I want to talk about movies. There's so many movies that I've watched, so many movies that I've seen, and like TV related content, films and stuff like that I've seen that has stayed with me, things that I've seen that I have had thoughts about, but I just never had a platform where I could voice those thoughts out. You know what I mean? So I'm glad that I finally found the chance to do this. Yo, son, it's been a long time coming. Oh my god, I'm shaking a little bit. So, this series, disclaimer, I have called it Let's Talk About Movies, simply because when I first started thinking of this kind of content, planning it out, my main focus was movies. But I just want to put it out there that I'm not only going to be talking about movies, I'm also going to be talking about series and telenovelas and stuff like that. So I am still going to call it, until I find a better name for it, until like I come up with a better name for it up here, I am still going to be calling it Let's Talk About Movies, even though it's not only movies that I'm going to be focusing on. It's just when I was planning this whole thing out, Let's Talk About Movies was like the only thing that kept on like coming back up in my mind. So yeah, that's the one disclaimer. Disclaimer number 2, anything that I say, anything that I do in this series is purely my opinions, my feelings. Opinions are not facts. Okay, you can also have your own opinions. Let's respect each other. That's just all I need. What else did I want to say? Nothing. Let's jump right into it. Before we get into the actual movie, like before we get into the grunge of this entire video, the reason why I'm even making this video in the first place, I do want to touch down a little bit on the Nollywood industry as a whole. If you don't know, the word Nollywood is a oh fuck, I forgot this word. This word where you mix two words together. Right, so the same way you've got Hollywood, in Africa we've got Nollywood, baby, and it is the words Nigeria or Nigerian / Hollywood, right? So Nollywood is an industry. In fact, let me do some research so that ngizokukhuluma ngento engiyaziyo. Let's go to Google and do an actual search. Okay, so oh yeah, there's a Wikipedia page that I've just been taken to. Okay, Nollywood, a portmanteau of Nigeria and Hollywood, is a sobriquet that originally referred to the Nigerian film industry. The origin of the term goes back to the early 2000s, traced to an article in the New York Times. Due to the history of evolving meanings and contexts, there is no clear or agreed upon definition for the term, which has made it a subject of several controversies. Oh, okay. I am going to look into these controversies in my own time, not during your time, not like during your precious time. We're here to talk about juicy stuff. So apartment 2, so is exactly what I said. You mix two words together to make one word, right? So the Nollywood industry it is a prominent industry, specifically in indigenous households. I am only going to be talking about South African households because I am a South African living in South Africa who's been in South Africa for the entire duration of their lifetime, and I have been exposed to Nollywood for a very long time. This wiki info is true in terms of timelines. The early 2000s is where the buzz about this whole industry was like starting out and getting a lot of attention. Now, a bit of overview, like where I come from with Nollywood, how I got into it, what happened. I got introduced to Nollywood a long, long time ago. Now, before we get into that, we'll take a few steps back. So, I was born in 1998. Large parts of my life, I've had to find pockets of happiness and wholesomeness and genuineness and gentleness that have kept me going all the way up until I am where I am today. And one of those pockets of happiness happens to be content, artistic expressions, whether in the form of music, whether in the form of books or literature, whether in the form of movies, TV shows, telenovelas, series, the works. There has not been a point in my life where I'm not consuming some form of art. There has not been a point in my life where I'm not listening to something or watching something or consuming something and engaging with something, and like using that artistic expression to escape my current reality. Yeah, bo. So, granted, there are huge chunks of my childhood that are just blank. And I know that's a trauma response. I'm not getting into that. I'm just saying there are huge chunks of my childhood that are just blank. I don't remember exactly what happened. But the parts that are not blanked out are parts where some form of art was involved. So, yeah. In the year 2004, my parents decided to move. So they moved us from one area to another. Mind you, we didn't move cities. We were still in the same city of PMB. So we just moved within the city. You understand? Like the drive between our old house and where we've been living now for like the past 20 years, it's like 20 minutes. The distance is like 20 minutes on a car. So we didn't move much, like we didn't move too far, but there were a lot of changes that came with that move. One of which, I stopped being the person that they put up onto the roof to secure the aerial. That was like my one job that I was doing around the house at the time. So they would put me up on the roof, and yeah, they were like after we moved, it stopped happening because my dad got himself, because it was for himself, Shem. He never failed to remind us that, may he rest in peace. But he never failed to remind us, right? So he got himself a DSTV satellite dish, and suddenly I didn't have to go up on the roof anymore. And suddenly we were exposed to an entire universe that we had no idea existed out there. What I mean is, your basic SABC 1, SABC 2, SABC 3, ETV, those channels. Now, Dad got it, yes, because he wanted to watch soccer. He was a huge soccer fanatic, like insane soccer fanatic. So he got himself a satellite dish to watch his matches. Nje, without the stress yokuthi sekumele sinyusa lengane manje niluki ihambe erufini manje na kukora igoli lana ngisalibona yabo, that type of thing. So yeah, during the times where he was not at home, like when he was at work, we would have time, Pelle, not to see let's see what this DSTV is about. And well, cue us experimenting and exploring and checking out all the other channels that came with the subscription at the time. And if I'm not mistaken, at that time, because like we were one of the first houses to have ETS at the time. And I'm not saying this is like we had that much money. No, we didn't. Daddy was just the number one, like one of the first people to teach me in life. If you want something, if it's gonna make you feel good, and get it for yourself. You want to do something that you think is gonna do it for yourself. Don't wait for your circumstances to change now just because. No, do it, get it, and you'll be happy. And then my mom is like the more logical person. Like, you need to plan out, you need to budget, you need to yabona. You can't do that before you do this. Like, yabo. So, anyways, during the day when he's at work and I'm not in school, or during like over the weekends, we would explore gay pela. Let us see. So we got exposed to an entire universe of channels that we had no idea existed before. So your Cartoon Networks, your Nickelodeons, your Nicktoons, your Boomerang, your Animal Planet, Mnet. Was it called Mnet back then? I'm not sure. Your BBC Lifestyle, your Food Channel, Fashion Channel, like stuff like that. And then at the very end, tail end of all these channels that I'm listing, Africa Magic. That is where it all began. So we would binge these movies. Like, and back then the channel code was not 152. Right now on your DS, if you like on your excuse me, on your remote, you press 152, you get the channel. Back then that wasn't the channel code. The same way 191 wasn't the channel code for Abo SAPC 1, SAPC 2, da 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 da. Like, I've seen so much change and evolution in these mediums of streaming, that like, is it streaming? Is it? I mean, it is a form of streaming. Is it? I don't know. Whatever. Doesn't matter. I say what I said. Like, a lot has changed. We would play games. Like, there were games, good DS guys. Do people know this? I know people know this. Like, but like, do people know this? Do people miss this? Because I do. There were games on there. Anyways, and it would take forever to load, by the way. It was so much better than the aerial, but it would take like 20-30 minutes to finish loading before you can start watching. Anyways, I'm losing my tangent. I'm going on a tangent. I'm losing my train of thought. So we started being exposed to these movies and these films, man. They were a new thing, Tina. We'd never watched a movie that would last upwards of 5 hours. So it became a thing that we would do. Saying as early as you can, clean around the house as quickly as you can and as much as you can, so that by 10-11 a.m. everything is done in the house. You wash the dishes, you mop the floors, whatever it is, all of that, so that by 10 a.m. you're done and you're ready to sit down and watch a movie that's gonna go all the way to like 3, 4, 5 p.m. And then over time, the movies got like shorter and shorter and shorter and shorter and shorter. There are still different parts now, like the parts, if you qala part 1 idlala iphele, qala ukulandela part 2 idlala iphele. Back then it used to just be one continuous movie for 5 hours, sometimes more. And we enjoyed it. I got exposed to all these different artists, these actors, amazing actors. Your Patience Oswoko, your Tony Umes, your Ini Edos, your Mercy Johnson, your Tonto Dike. I loved her. Like the movies that your Nadia Buari's, I hope guys actually it's a lot. Osita Ieme, it's a lot of people that we got exposed to. Nonso Diobi, my mom used to have a crush on him back then. Guys, Baning is too many of them, and so we would binge these movies. And over time, as is the case everywhere in every industry, standard is the market gets saturated, standard is life takes over, yabo. Uh, Life takes over, and you're not always able to sit for like 5 hours and watch a single movie. You've got studying to do, you've got this to do, you've got that to do. And so I do still watch Nollywood movies till this day, but I don't watch them as much as I used to. And so I've got a lot of nostalgia that is like pushing me to do this series. A lot of the movies that I'm going to be discussing are not new age at all. I'm strictly talking about the classics. And when I mean classics, I mean like movies that like literally everybody I know knows them. Even though we didn't all watch these movies at the same time together, but they do know them. Yeah, bo. So that's where we come from, gay, me and Nollywood. That's where we come from, and we are still going far. Like, I'm not gonna stop watching the movies. It's just Aksafan, it's different. We are seeing a lot of new faces. Um, uh, there have been a few twists here and there in terms of like how the stories are structured, in terms of the subject matter, in terms of the graphics, how the movies are produced, the effects, that sort of thing. Like we've seen quite a lot of changes. Some good, some not so good. We've seen a bit of change in the music, the soundtracks. It's change is inevitable. So I really am so excited to do this series, and I'm looking forward to seeing how you guys receive it. Now, without any further ado, okay, so Blood Sisters. Now, this is a drama, a Nigerian film that was released in the year 2003. It is directed by Chidi Chikere. This is a household name in my household, at least. I've seen so many movies that have been directed by this guy, so many movies that have been directed by this person, and a lot of them are good. Hence, we are here today. Anyways, duration, yeah, guys, this is like more than 3 hours long. If you are serious about watching these movies, you've got to be serious about your time. You've got to be able to sit down for more than an hour, 90 minutes, 2 hours. That's small change. Small change. You need 3 and more hours of your time to fully immerse yourself into the experience. Okay, so casted in this movie, we've got Genevieve Naji, who is Esther. We've got Omotola Chal. Oh my God. Okay, so guys. We've got Omotola Akeyinde, who is Gloria. We've got Patience Ozoko Uluma. We've got Tony Amaze, who is Kenneth. We've got Oge Okoye, who is Trisha. Those are the main characters. Yeah, those are the main characters. I'm not seeing the babies. I'm not going to go into that. They were babies at the time of filming this. They're grown now. Come on. But I'm not going to go into that. We open up, the opening scene is three young girls. One of them is walking behind the other two, and they're talking. These two, they're talking. One of the girls is Chioma, and the other girl is Esther. They're friends in the same class and everything. So they're talking about the shenanigans of being at school, being in a class, obviously test writing, nani. And they're also discussing Utisha Tizeni. Esther is combative. She is rude. She lacks accountability. And so when Chioma asks her, na ikuthi, hey, kodwa nawe ke girl. Sharp ke uthisha ke uyasibhedlela, but nawe ke girl. Why were you copying everything that I was writing in the test? Some of the answers I knew. Excuse me. Some of those answers I knew that I was writing BS. But you still copied them. Why were you doing that? Atu Esther ubani yena mina. I wasn't copying from you. I would never do that. But serious, guys. Copying. Copycats. Babangalogo nje. But serious to the point to go to the girl that's walking behind them. Oh, Gloria, she has to step in and separate them. And Gloria happens to be Esther's older sister. Okay. So when she steps in, does Esther not just take off aye endlini? Mefika endlini, she's all mad and like just upset. Obviously the mom is gonna ask, what's going on? Where's your sister? Esther athi nje, hey mama, you need to talk to your daughter. Uvele nje wahamba noChioma bangishiya kanjalo mina. So that's why I came straight home. You always tell us ukuthi masiphuma esikoleni, we must come straight home. Don't go anywhere, don't do anything, don't talk to anybody. Come straight home. I did that. Gloria didn't do that. She went off with Chioma. I don't know where they went. Okay, afika Gloria endlini. How Esther? Why kwenzakaleni? And the mom, she doesn't even ask anything. You shut up your mouth. The mom is played by Patience Ozoko. I was so happy when she finally got her Lifetime Achievement Award at the MVAC Awards. Well, and what a woman. What a concept of a woman. What an actor. What an artiste. The mom straight up goes into grilling Gloria. I have been telling you, just because Mina, I am a widow. You think you can give it like handa? You must do what I tell you. You think you're a big girl. The whole thing, that whole thing. Meanwhile, Gloria is just like, that's not what happened. I didn't take off no Chioma. But Gloria doesn't even get to explain because the mom is just here. Here. Okay, fine, okay. That opening scene basically sets the tone for how things are going to go for a large portion of this movie. Esther does a lot of antagonizing. She does a lot of just things that she's very conniving. She's very cruel, actually. Esther is actually very cruel, whereas Gloria is more soft-spoken. She's lovely. She's a nice person. She gets along with everybody. She likes everybody. Like, she doesn't have a problem with anybody at all. And she likes progressive things. She likes like umona, even the way that she carries herself, you know. So this opening scene basically sets the tone of how a lot of things are going to go. Esther is going to do a lot of antagonizing, and then she's going to run and tell bold-faced lies to the mom. And the mom, without even breaking a sweat, without even asking too many questions, she will automatically take Esther's side. She will automatically... the mom does a lot of... like uyambambata man umbambata Esther's behavior. We condone in a lot of things, in a lot of ways. Some of those ways are not so out there. They're more subtle, and a lot of those ways they're not outright I'm condoning it, but the way, like, she's not cognizant of what she's doing. A lot of the time, she's showing favoritism towards lo omncane, which is basically how a lot of households are run. A lot of siblings face things like that, where the older one faces a lot of the iron grip and, you know, strict like aya Whereas Mr. Kufika lo mncane, oh, suddenly you want to be softer, you want to be the soft parent, you want to get along with your child. You never did that with me, girl. Anyways, so yeah, we've got the ground is basically laid down for us in this opening scene. We see straight up how things go, and that is exactly how they go. Also, in this opening scene, this is officially the very first time we see Esther lie and get away with it. The way that it's done, she's so conniving unnecessarily. She thrives off of the praise that the mom ends up giving to her in the face of her sister's negligence, in the face of her sister's bad behavior, in the face of her sister's rudeness. Right. So Esther does a lot of things and says a lot of things that are supposed to like put her in a good light in the mom's eyes, and the mom falls for it every time. But in this opening scene, this is the very first time that we officially see Esther lie for the first time. Obviously it's implied, it's always been like this, but we don't see those previous scenes. We only see this one from this opening one and then moving forward. But she gets away with this so easily, which is why it comes to her just as easily to do it. The next time it happens is the next scene. We see Esther and Gloria coming back from Bible study, like church. So they are walking from the church to their home, and on the way, a car stops, and the driver is like signaling, can I have your attention? Okay, Esther is first to be like, hi. And then the guy is just like, no, not you. Can I talk to the other girl, please? And in her embarrassment, she's just like, she runs off. She runs home. Meanwhile, the guy is like, trying to get Gloria's attention, obviously, but he like covers it up. Hi, excuse me, miss, I'm sorry to bother you, but can you please give me directions to so and so church? I forget the name of the church, but he says like some kind of church. Can you give me directions? I'm not from this area. And Gloria's like, oh no, you drive down and then you take a left and then you take a right and then you take a left and then right. So you take a right, and then after you've taken the right, you take another left. Like she basically gives him all the directions that he needs to get to wherever he wants to go. And then right before he goes, he's like, I may as well give you a lift home, gay. Like, let me just drop you off, because since we're going in the same direction. But she declines. Gloria's like, no, thanks. I'm going home with my sister. When the camera pans to Esther, she is running full speed. She runs home, and it's just like, Mama, warn your daughter, oh, please, talk to your daughter. How dare Gloria get in the man's car and abandon me on the side of the road? Obviously, the mom is distraught. She's like, oh my God, what? I raised Gloria better than this. I raised you better than this, Gloria. What are you doing? By the time Gloria gets into the house, already the mom is fuming. And so she gets in trouble again. But that's another lie. The cycle goes on to the point that Gloria tries to confront the situation. So she takes a moment. Right before bed, she's like, Esther, please come here. I'd like to talk to you about something. Bro, why do you hate me so much? Like, why do you dislike me so much? What have I ever done to you that makes you just you're not very open, you're not very welcoming towards me, you're not very, like, you lie about me, about my name, you do things that hurt me. Like, why do you hate me so much? Esther is the attitude, okay, oh my gosh, it's just like, is that what you stopped me for in this night? Please, I'd like to sleep. Thanks. And in Gloria trying to get to the root cause of why their relationship is so strained, we find out the number one thing that is the reason why Esther is the way that she is right now, and why she actively chooses to behave in this way, because these are choices that she makes consciously, fully conscious. She knows what she's doing. She knows what she's doing, right? And that reason is jealousy. It's even in the title track. It's even in the soundtrack. Don't you see? You're my sister. Don't you see? You're killing me. Jealousy. Guys, jealousy is the number one thing. Esther is so jealous of Gloria as a person. She's jealous of Gloria's essence as a person. Everything that Gloria does, it grates on Esther's nerves and skin. She's just like, it should have been me. That should have been me. And it's a sad realization for Gloria to come to. And it being a sad realization to come to, the testament of Gloria's goodness, she moves on from it. Like, it doesn't become like a constant thing that she doesn't have any doubts. The way she loves her sister, she loves her sister so much. She doesn't doubt anything. She doesn't question anything. She does, like, yo, Sana, like, there's no point at all in the movie where Gloria is like questioning, oh, why are you suddenly so nice to me? Why? No, whatever niceness she can get from Esther, she accepts it. And that, as we all know, ends up becoming her biggest downfall. But like I said, it becomes like a thing of theirs, that Esther will do something, or Esther will make a mistake, or Esther will have her own shortfalls, but she will cover her tracks using Gloria, right? The next scene shows us Esther burning her uniform. It's a mistake. It happens to anybody. It's happened to me countless times. I've burned so many pieces of clothing, some of them not even my own. Like, it happens. It happens to the best of us. Esther, having burnt the uniform, she's just like, oh no. Quickly in her head, let me swap it. So she swaps their uniforms. She steals Gloria's uniform and then pretends like, oh, she's been ironing this one skirt, as if Gloria is not going to recognize her skirt. Guys, like, you've taken my uniform and made it to... Obviously, Gloria sees this and she's not happy about it. She confronts her. Why would you do... And then the mom, she gets roped in, and do you know what she says? Even though uyabona ukuthi ilo mncane uyaganga usethathe isiketi salo mdala. You know what she says? Hey, come now, Gloria. I'll okay, I'll buy you another one. Yeah, learned. When it's Esther who fucks up, kunalok mbambatha, the mom that she does. Like, she doesn't shout at Gloria, at Esther, the way she does Gloria. She doesn't reprimand Esther the way she does Gloria. And that is just the favoritism of it all. She's just like, hey, my daughter, please calm down. Uyena wehlisa umoya. To prove even more, like as if you even need any further proof Uguti what's going on. Like we already know what's going on. The next scene, the girls are coming back from fetching water in the river. So they've got I'm not sure whether it's like a communal tap or like an actual river, because sometimes it could be either or. The girls are coming back from fetching water. Bathola amabucket. As they're walking, some guy pops up out of nowhere and is like, yeah, est ndin ngakubamba angisho ukuthi ngizokubamba. And then he starts like attacking, not like he doesn't end up like hitting Esther, but he starts lunging at her, obviously to attack her. And seeing this, obviously Gloria is gonna meddle because she's the older sister and she loves her younger sister and she's gonna want to protect her younger sister. So Gloria steps in, and you know what Esther does? Runs home once more. Mefika endlini. Mama. One Gloria. Yeah? One Gloria. How? What's going on? Where is your sister? Where is your sister? She's there fighting on the side of the road. How? Ubafikela wena nje? Obviously the mom doesn't know this. But bro, ubafikela wena nje? Esther pisses me off so badly, guys. Like everything that she does, like what does she get out of it? What sort of, like, what satisfaction does she derive out of? And we are born ukuthi iyamjabulisa lento. Every time something happens, she quickly runs home. She makes sure ukuthi she's the first person to walk through those gates and tells. And ke decide like igcina kube ilona elilalelwayo vele like hi. No other side is going to be taken into consideration, only hers. Over the years, it like I said, it becomes a continuous cycle. Over the years, I think it's like what 3 or 4 years later, Gloria has graduated from high school. She's now at university. One of the days, she gets dropped off outside of their home by a guy, and seeing all of this, Esther gets so jealous. Oh my God, so viscerally jealous. But she stews in her jealousy. Like she stews in it. And like this is taking me back to the point you're good team. Yo, Sana. Oh. Anyways, she stews in her jealousy. And then at the dinner table, she's just like, So Gloria, who's the guy that dropped you off outside the gate? Hey, you guys looked so lovely. You looked so in love. Hey, who is he? Obviously, the mom is not going to be happy about that. And Gloria is there like, shut up. Shut up. What are you doing? Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? We don't do this. As siblings, we don't do this. You don't tattle to the parents about like crushes and guys and girls, like whatever the case may be. Like we don't do this. We gotta have each other's backs, man. Like what are you doing? Anyways, Gloria doesn't get into much trouble. Just the mom is just like, you're growing now. If you think you're gonna like get into relationships and whatnot, take them seriously. Don't do anything stupid. Don't make an embarrassment out of me in this area. And the mom saying all of these things, she does ask Kike ukuthi ubani ke umsolwa ungubani. Gloria is just like, it's some guy that I know from campus. His name is Emma. He's a final year medical student. And Mama's like, oh, okay. Just take care of yourself and don't make a mockery out of our family and out of our family name. Okay. And that's that. I take it that Esther wasn't happy with the way the mom reacted to how she set Gloria up at the dinner table, right? The mom was very like calm, collected, and more or less like dismissive of the whole issue. There wasn't shouting, there wasn't hitting, there was nothing of that sort, like it there usually is wherever Esther, Gloria, and their troubles with each other are concerned, right? So she vents to a friend of hers. I'm not sure whether the friend that Esther vents to in this scene is the same friend that we saw in the opening scene, Chioma. I'm not sure if it's the same friend. I hope it is. And I'm going to continue with this narrative that it is Chioma. Because we were not given a reason to believe it would be somebody else. Anyways, so uyaventa ke kumngani, hey nalo Gloria wakhona nje na, I don't know what's so special about her. Everybody loves her, like everywhere she goes nje na, she's always complimented, she's always the center of attention, people always want to talk to her, like am I invisible? So we see in this scene, and this is a very important scene because it shows us that Esther's jealousy has been growing this entire time. She has not let go of it at all. If anything, it's only grown more and more and more. The older they grow up, the more things that Gloria does, the more things that Gloria is exposed to, the more attention that Gloria receives from anybody and everybody. Or Esther is just there in the background like, should have been me. That should have been me. Oh my God. Girl. Anyways, the friend is like, yeah, but now it showed me your attitude stinks. You need to change the way you behave. Do you think people will want to be around you because just Jogobunje? Nobody wants to be around you. Like nobody wants to nobody wants to come close to you because you're rude. Like the friend just tells her straight up, when are you rude? People don't like that. Actually, your sister is a good person. That's why a lot of people like her. That's why a lot of people want to be around her. Obviously, Esther is not happy to hear any of this. Doesn't end well. In the next scene, and I don't know if like these things, if she plans them out or if it's things that happen instantaneously, like in her mind, these thoughts just come up in her mind and she acts on them on the spot, or if she like plans, we'll see the next time I see this guy, or the next time I see this girl, or the next time I'm not sure if she's always actively thinking of ways to get Esther into trouble, like at all times. Because the next scene, Emma comes to the house. He's looking for Gloria, but she's not there yet, right? So what does Esther do? She tells him, she said she was gonna meet a guy at a brothel. It's a brothel. It's not a hotel. It's a brothel. Like it's a known area, kind of like Bayside. You know that reputation that Bayside has. That very same place has it. And so Esther's like, yeah, no, sorry, Shem. You should probably go there. Like if you want to see her, yeah, you should go there. What does Emma do? He hightails it to the hotel. The minute Emma leaves, Gloria comes in, like she's just coming back home. I think from campus, but it's never addressed. I said to Esther, by the way, Emma came over. He said, please meet him at Bayside. Obviously, Gloria's like, what? Why would he want to meet there? Like he's never. That's weird. Are you sure? Esther is all, I'm sure. Quickly go. You don't want to like keep him waiting now, do you? Obviously, Gloria rushes off to a Bayside. Now, here's where your suspension now isn't Ozak. Or Emma doesn't go inside the hotel. He just stays outside the hotel, like not exactly hiding, but hiding. So when Gloria comes through and she's looking around like, oh my God, why would he want to meet here? She's not aware, in the distance, so Emma is looking at her with non-existent confirmation. I knew it. Hey, that Esther said it. Ukuthi lona uze la Bayside. So Gloria goes into the hotel. Hi, excuse me. Hi, how are you? I'm supposed to be meeting somebody here. Like, is there anybody by the name of Emma? Like, is there a booking under that name? The receptionist is like, no, sorry. No, sorry. Unfortunately, there's nothing I can help you with, love. Emma has just gotten confirmation that Gloria is cheating on him. Therefore, he writes her a letter where he's just basically insulting her. And at the end of it all, he's just like, I'm sorry, we're gonna have to break up. I cannot say I have a girlfriend. Kanti ngisho when uhamba my Bayside hotel. I can't, I'm sorry. So moving forward, don't talk to me, don't reach out, don't do anything. It's fine. We're over. And you know what happens next? Esther approaches Emma with empty promises. Hey, Mina, I would never treat you like my sister treated you, Hate. You know that. I'm very good, Mina. Like, I'm a good girl. I will treat you well. Inhloni. Zipi. Take 2 tablets of Inhloni 3 times a day after meals. Luckily, Emma doesn't entertain any of Esther's ramblings. He's just fed up. Like, ugh. Like, just, ugh. So nothing ends up happening there. Some time passes, right? And Esther has like a male visitor of her own, Genai. The relationship is not exactly like established if they're friends or if they're anything more than friends, but Ukai does say, oh, I've known Esther for a while, but it's my first time ever like being in the house, being invited as a guest inside the house. So Esther has a visitor of her own, and so she's just like, oh, what can I get you? I'll get you some soda, I'm gonna go buy it. The time she's gone out, Gloria comes in. So she comes in and she's like, oh, hi, how can I help you? The guy tells her, hi, I'm a guest of Esther's, and they get to like chit-chatting, like small talk. Oh, girl, ubuya cold drink, she gets pissed off. She tells the guy, I don't want you talking to anybody else in this house but me. You are my guest. I'm not gonna share you with anybody. How? Don't be. Ufike nini lapho. More, it's like more of these insidious moments, these conniving, these little moments where Esther is just conniving and jealous and so reactive, so easy to anger, so easy to reach conclusions in her head, conclusions that make no bloody sense, right? So some time passes, and over the course of a year, Gloria luckily meets somebody else. His name is Kenneth, and they love each other enough to pursue marriage. So Kenneth sends his uncles over to Gloria's home. The traditional part of their marriage gets finalized. They accept the gifts from the groom's family. Everything is well and done. Bam, 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 wham, bam. Thank you, ma'am, type of thing, right? Throughout this whole time, we see Esther's jealousy, Esther's hatred for Gloria has solidified. It has solidified. It's no longer liquid. It's no longer liquid. It's no longer fluid, active. No, you see, solid. Because tell me why. Like I said, Fututi, oh, Gloria loves her sister so much. She doesn't question anything. She doesn't doubt any form of attention that she gets from her sister. She doesn't doubt anything. She's always looking for a way to help her out. She's always looking for a way to make her happy. So she speaks to Kenneth ukuthi, my love, please ngicela usisize bandla ekhaya. Umntana sekhaya sekunasikhathi graduateile. It's been a while. She hasn't found a job yet. Can she stay with us for a while? Just until she finds a new job, like just until she finds a job in the city, and then she can move out to get to her own space. But in the meantime, for the time being, while she is still job hunting, please can she stay with us? It's just going to be a couple of months. Kenneth is like, okay, anything to make my wife happy, fine, whatever. Gloria is ecstatic. Girl, guess what? My husband, and I love how Gloria says this, my husband has just agreed you can stay with us for a couple of months. My husband has just bought me a brand new car. Do you know how long I've been waiting for the car? Oh my god, I'm so happy. Oh my god, I'm so happy. My husband, like, she's so lively. She's so happy. She's so at peace. She's a full-time housewife, stay-at-home mom. She takes care of the kids. She takes care of the house. She takes care of her man. Everything is going good. Everything is going well. Meanwhile, naye inkanyamba yasisi wakhe igcwele indlu, ayifuni kwenza lutho, ayifuni ukumsiza ngama-chores, ayifuni ukumsiza ngalutho. Even iy'ngane mezimdlalisa, they are blessed with 2 kids, by the way, Kenneth and Gloria. So the older child is a girl, Adam, and then the younger child is a boy, Junior. So even like when the kids again appeal, auntie, she's just like, get away from me, Esther, babe. How deep does your dislike go? How deep does your hatred go? I mean, we'll find out soon enough. I'll tell you now, Guti, the car is a tipping point for her. So it's little moments. Seeing her sister so happy, seeing her sister so loved, seeing her sister so at peace, it grates Esther's nerves. It grates her nerves so much. But the car is the tipping point, because she has the guts to get mad at her own boyfriend for not giving her anything. Do you know that my sister's husband has just bought her a car? What have you done for me? What have you done for me? Nothing. And the guy is like, well, I'm not as rich as your sister's husband. Besides, he's her husband. I'm merely just a boyfriend. What do you think this is? Now, this part of the movie, we are nearing the part of the movie that absolutely breaks me. From like the halfway point, from like the 50% mark all the way to the very end, I am just a mess. I'm a mess of a person when it comes to this movie, and it's never addressed. I don't even know where she got her hands on the poison, but it makes so much sense that it would be her who has access or has a way of obtaining life-threatening substances. So she gets a hold of some sort of poison. She laces oranges because she knows Gloria loves oranges. She laces the oranges with the poison, then offers them to Gloria just on a random morning, and she's just like, oh, okay, now I'm gonna rush off to work. Yeah, I got you some oranges, sis. Enjoy. I know you love them. Make sure you finish them. Gloria eats the oranges and passes out. like the entire duration of the day she's passed out, because remember kulega exen. So for the entire day she's on the floor. The kids come back from school with their dad and they find her on the floor. So she's rushed to hospital. When the doctors run tests, they find out Guti. Dokotela said something about like the muscles around the cardiac region, like around her heart, have enlarged. No, not enlarged. Ruptured. So the muscles around her heart have ruptured. She's unable to breathe on her own. And there's other telltale signs of a possible poisoning, like food poisoning. But she's going to be okay. We're going to deal with it. Unfortunately, Gloria does not make it. Within like 2-3 days of being in the hospital, she does pass away. And it is such a traumatic time for the kids, especially because their entire world flips over within the span of like less than a week. Their entire lives are completely upended. The number one person who loves them unconditionally, the number one person who does everything and would do anything for them, is taken away from them. So what happens next then? The burial happens. And after that, like some weeks after Gloria is buried, Kenneth, they do this in the village, Kenneth tells the mom, Uluma, would say, Mama, I have to go back to the city. The leave that I was given at work to deal with this difficult time in our lives is coming to an end. I have to go back to work, and I'm going to be taking the kids. Obviously, yeah, with her crocodile tears, Esther is just like, oh no, you can't take the kids. No, you can't take the kids. Mama, tell him he can't take the kids. Like, who's going to take care of the kids during the day while he's at work? And Kenneth is like, well, I can always get a helper to, stick around for the kids. Again, Esther, persistent as hell. No, their mother just died of poisoning. Why are you thinking of bringing a stranger into your children's lives? Just let the kids stay with Mama in the village for a while, okay? At least when they're with Mama, they're not gonna feel so bad about losing their mom, right? Because Ugogo is gonna be there with them, for them, and she's gonna take care of them. So the deal then becomes, Kenneth is gonna leave the kids, Adine Jr., in the village with their gran, and he's just going to send enough for their upkeep to take care of them. So he goes back to the city, and so does Esther, because she has gotten a job, right? She did end up getting the job that she was looking for. So in the city, it's in this big house that is essentially her sister's house. Esther starts seducing Kenneth. She starts comforting him, like paying more and more attention to him, cooking for him, washing for him. One day, she succeeds. She like cries in the middle of the night. Oh my god. Obviously Kenneth is gonna come rushing in. Oh my god, Esther, what's going on? What's wrong? Are you okay? Oh my god, a gorilla was chasing me. Oh my god, Kenneth, don't leave me. Girl. So yeah, she succeeds. Kenneth and I, oh my god, I swear to god, this guy pisses me off a lot of the time, because why are you like this? But then I must also remember how much of a manipulator Esther actually is. A world-class manipulator, that one. World-class. She had their mother eating out of the palm of her hand for how many years? And it's never been addressed, and it never will be addressed. Like within the family, within their family unit. Yeah, he's only owned. So, yeah, she's just like, no, stick with me, stick with me. Hold me, I'm scared. What if it comes back? And that's how they end up sleeping together for the first time. And from then on, it again becomes a thing that they do. They sleep together. Meanwhile, the kids are basically suffering in the village because um, over time, Kenneth stops sending money for them to be taken care of by their grandma. So, you know, Ada and Junior end up having to go sell oranges around the village, um, just to try and raise some money. Yeah, but Gogo is too old now. She can't move like she used to. She can't do the things that she used to be able to do. So she has to rely on imisebenzi yalabantwana on a daily basis. Oh, how much money were you able to raise today, in order for her to be able to send them to school, to clothe them, to feed them? Yeah, it becomes a struggle. So much so that the grandma is just tired of sending letters. She sends letters to the city, to Kenneth. Oh, we're suffering. We need good no good no good. Kanje, kanje, kanje. Like, also, please come see your kids. They miss you so much. They ask about you a lot. Like, they need you. Your kids need you. Please, come visit. Miss Patelu good no good no good. And then also, please send some money. Yabo. Mind you, these kids are loved kids. These kids grow up loved beyond measure. They used to get everything they wanted. They would get, like, there's so many scenes of them just crying, and Junior's just like, I want my mommy, I want my mommy, I want my mommy to cook food for me, I want my mommy to give me ice cream. And like, these are moments, like sacred moments, special moments that have stuck with the kids, because Gloria loves her children and she did everything to make them happy. Yeah, and so for them, like I said, the entire world was turned upside down within the span of a week. And that 1 week where their mom died, and not to mention, no Ada was the last person to see their mother alive, because Gloria died in hospital whilst Ada was there with her in the room. So it's it just pulls at your heartstrings, man. Like, this is the part of the movie that is just so heavy and so painful, and it hurts. It hurts, man. Like, it ugh. Anyways, moving right along. So anyways, the grandmother, ne, having reached her wits end, no, Kenneth, she's been trying to communicate with him and let him know we need help. So she decides to go to the city ayo check up ukuthi we mkhwenyana shuthi angizivikele mina mathupha ke mhlambe lezi zinto engizibhala encwadini uzozizwa mengikhuluma ngazo umlomo nomlomo. Ugogo mefika endlini, hayibo, Esther, are you pregnant? What? And I love Gogo's reaction. She's just like, for who? Since when? And in true Esther fashion, she tries to gaslight her mom. She's just like, mom, relax. It's nothing hectic, man. Kenneth is the father. Kenneth is the father. Kenneth, your late sister's husband, Kenneth. That's the father. Abomination. It is an abomination. So the mom gets mad, understandably so, and her reaction is satisfying. It's not fully satisfying because it's so late in terms of like the timeline of how long Esther has been getting away with things that the mom is letting her get away with. But I tell you, That reaction was so wholesome. I like that. I liked it a lot. She's just like, I'm not gonna see an abomination and sleep with it. I will not set foot in this house again until this thing is sorted out. You, my dear, are evil. You are evil. Your sister hasn't been dead not even for a year, and you've already moved in and you've already taken over. You are already giving the husband a new baby. Huh? So you are the reason why he's forgotten about the 2 kids that he's left in the village with me to take care of by myself. Ha! She's so unbothered, or Esther, about anything and everything. Like, in her mind, I take her thoughts to comfort her, and like, she tells herself, Uguti, yeah, this is my turn. This is my time now. This is where I'm supposed to be at. She literally steals her sister's entire life, to the point that she actually names her unborn baby Junior as well. No. What? Not that Junior, please. Junior. My Junior. When my Junior gets here, you will know. Like, she thrives off of this false sense of security that she's built for herself around Kenneth as well. And Kenneth, because why are you a guy that is so susceptible to these levels, susceptible to every Kenneth ulalela yonke into eshiwo Esther. Esther meka wathi nje, leave the kids in the village. Leave the kids in the village. Kenneth, you spoil these children. Kenneth, these children. Kenneth, this, Kenneth, that, and he listens. I think you're right. Oh my. Ngicela ningishayeleni yena. Mshayeni. Because if ngimshaya mina ngizoboshwa. Because ngeke survive ibeating engizomnika yona. Kenneth, oh my god. So, Gogone, the grandmother. So, after she's seen everything that she saw that Esther's now pregnant and she doesn't accept it. She goes back to the village and reports back to her brothers-in-law, so her late husband's brothers. She reports to them as the elders, like, she tells them everything. And then this is the part where she should start connecting the dots. Like, ideally this is where she should start, like, questioning more and more, like going digging deeper into the recesses of her brain to ask ukuthi lo mntana unjani kanti, right? Like kwenzakaleni? Why is Esther like this? This is where umama should start doing that internal work, but she doesn't do that. Obviously she doesn't do that. So, disbelieving, one of the uncles takes Ada to go to the city. When they get to the city, Sebeya's bonela nabo ukuthi, oh, umama was telling the truth. Esther really is pregnant. And for Ada, it hurts even more to see her father in perfect health, safe, and she's just like, oh my god, so you are alive, Dad. What did I do? Or what did Junior do? Or what did our mom do that offended you so much that you can't even forgive us? You don't visit us, you don't talk to us, you don't know us anymore, yet you're just living life perfectly healthy, happy. You're having a new baby on the way and everything. Like, what did we ever do? So in her distraught little baby mind, she runs away. Like, she just runs out of the house, and essentially she runs out into the streets and she goes missing, but not for long. Police find her I think she made her way to a police station, like to a random police station, and the police officers were very much helpful. They called home, basho ukuthi no, we've got your daughter here. Uthi igama lakhe Adam, Adobe. So Adobe njengoba la police station ukuthi nokuthi you are a parent, if you could come through and fetch her. And so they do come through bamlande, but ulokhunjana Esther is so evil that she wants to physically, she does actually, she hits Ada under the guise of, oh, I'm disciplining your child. Kenneth, you spoil these kids. These kids don't know any discipline. This child of yours, ihambi falani endaweni singazazi ezigangini, and then her death is going to be on our heads. So she hits Adam. And I don't know, man. Kenneth pisses me off a lot more than he makes me happy, like as a character. Like, how do you stand back and watch someone hit your child, regardless of what's happening, And angisho nanokuthi like mhlambe kids shouldn't be disciplined. There are humane ways to discipline children. There are humane ways to deal with troubled children. But Ada is not a troubled child. She's just a little girl who lost her mother and was the last person to see her mother alive. And she's been abandoned together with her younger brother. They've been neglected by their father in the village, where they're living a life abangayazi, because when their mom was still alive, they were treated like children. She would do everything for them because they are her kids. They were her kids, and she loves them and she wants to take care of them. Now suddenly they're just forced to shoulder responsibilities that they've got no clue how to navigate, and their feelings are not taken into consideration. And this is all Esther's doing. Her manipulation tactics run so deep. So I'm conflicted on Kenneth as a character, Jay. I'm very, very conflicted on it when it comes to him, because Esther is a powerhouse, man. There's only so much you can do. Esther, a one man show, powerhouse of notes. This becomes the new normal, where Esther will antagonize Adobe only to hit her, and then Kenneth is going to be like, it's so right, Esther, it's so right, leave her alone. Boy, if you don't stand up for your child, I will smack you. Oh my Lord. There are moments where he'll take charge and like say something, kuzwakala ukuthi oh okay, it's usekhuluma okugcina ke manje, this is first and final warning type of vibes. But those moments are so far and few in between. All the moments where Esther is the one driving the entire household. So yeah, Kenneth, so bayamlanda go Adobe from the police station. She comes back home, and it becomes a new normal because she gets antagonized, she gets speed on, she gets insulted, she gets psychologically and emotionally abused by Esther while Kenneth watches. And then they formulate a plan to know, Kenneth, you better go. Esther indlela insidious ngakhona. Uthi ku Kenneth, I think you should go and fetch Junior from the village, Ezela. I have a feeling Mama is spoiling that boy. Ma'am, Junior is a kid. He's like, what, 5, 6 years old? Like, bro, umama uzospoila kanjani uJunior ebe engenazo izinto angamspoila ngazo. So yeah, Kenneth goes to the village, tries to get Junior, but umama is just like, the grandma is just like, no. I have seen umuzi wakho, mkhwenyana. you need to promise me ukuthi you will take care of these kids. You need to promise me ukuthi you will take care of these kids. Otherwise, I'm not letting go of Junior. You can go back. Ungaphethe lutho. And then it's just like, oh, Mama, I promise. Junior is my child. Junior is my son. Yeah, but there was a time where you forgot all about your kids. So stop reminding us what they're your kids, and remind yourself that they're your kids, and act like it. But the grandma is like, no, before I even let Junior go, you need to call on the spirit of your late wife and let her be witness to you making these promises. Don't just say these things to say them. I want you to say them, and then I want you to do them. So that's what Kenneth does. Albeit ngokuphoqwa kancane akafuni, but ugcine kwenzile because he wants to take Junior with him to the city. So he calls out to Gloria. I call upon the spirit of my late wife, Gloria. I wanted to be witness to me making these promises. I promise I'm going to take care of the kids. Yeah. And it's almost as if him doing that is the driving force that starts bringing the movie to its end. Because things were happening all this while, but it's only after he literally calls upon the spirit of his late wife to witness him making a promise that he breaks on the very first day. That's the first time that we see Gloria's spirit, unsettled spirit, make an appearance. Oh, this moment broke me, you guys. So in the house, Adobe's getting punished for not sweeping and dusting the house enough. So when Kenneth walks in, no Junior, Esther is busy punishing Adobe. And Adobe immediately like jumps up. She's like, Junior! She goes to Junior and she embraces him, like, how are you? I've missed you. All of that. Look, yo, guys. Esther gets mad. You haven't seen your brother in like what? A few couple of days, and you are hugging. You miss each other. I wonder what you will do once you see your mother. But you'll never say hi to her because she's dead and gone. You saying these things to like little 5-6-year-old and 10-year-old children. Kenneth is just sitting there like, I should smack you right across the face, Mr. Man. Oh my God. Anyways, he's able to pull Esther away, and it's just like, no, come, let's go to the back, let's go to the room, let's go to our room. And this is where Gloria's spirit makes its first appearance. She cries silently and she embraces her kids. And Junior brought cookies from the village, so he like pulls them out of his pocket and they start sharing them. Guys, oh my God. Yo, like the way this story hurts. I've seen it so many times. I've watched this movie so many times, but it hurts anew every single time I watch it. The pain becomes fresh every time I watch it. Esther continues antagonizing the kids. She causes trouble where there shouldn't be any trouble. She causes issues where there shouldn't be any issues. She takes it so far as to say to Kenneth, you spoil these kids. Like, I hate that word so much. I hate that phrase so much. You spoil these kids. You spoil these kids. She says to him, you spoil these kids too much. You should let them walk to school. Like primary school kids, man. So they start walking to school, okay? Lapho cabanga bakhule behanjiswa esikoleni. And umama wabo ushone esebahambisa yena self because the dad bought the mom a car, angithi. So while he goes to work, the mom would prepare the kids for school in the morning, take them to school, and then during the day she's taking care of the house, she's taking care of everything. Mr. Say Ubalanda Dambama Ubalanda, they're gonna get back home. There's a full meal waiting for them. They can freshen up and they can do their homework, and then the rest of the evening goes however it goes. Like that used to be their daily life. Now they actually have to walk to school. And we see Gloria's spirit again, walking with the kids and trying to get them to cross the road safely. But because she's on the other side of the veil, they're unable to hear her. So she's just like, Adobe, cross now. Adobe, how many times have I told you never to cross without your brother? You look before you cross. As she's shouting, a teacher comes by and is like, oh, Adobe, Junior, how are you? Come, let's go to the school. And the teacher successfully helps them cross the road. And then that teacher becomes their salvation, basically, becomes their saving grace. So yeah, the teacher becomes their saving grace. The kids start opening up. It takes a while, and it's not easy, but because of the ill treatment that they're getting at home, the verbal abuse, the psychological warfare, the emotional turmoil that they experience in the house, it makes them jumpy kids. So much so that Adobe breaks down in class in one of the lessons. So the teacher's like saying, give me an example of a sentence with using the word mother. And so Adobe, Trisha, that's the name of the teacher. So Abeko says, the Trisha, that's the name of the teacher. So she points at Adobe and says, Adobe, please give me the answer. Give me a sentence that uses the word mother. And in tears, Adobe stands up and she's just like, my mother is dead. And she breaks down in class. Obviously, Trisha is like genuine, she's conscious and cares for the kids that she's teaching. So she takes Adobe out of the class, and that's when they start opening up. Oh, stepmother, she does this bachaze nje yonke into inhlalo yabo nje yonke yasendlini bayichazela uthisha wabo. So the teacher pays a visit to the dad and basically says, sir, your children are in trouble. They are not doing well in school, and into enza lokho ukuthi abahlezi kahle ekhaya. So she basically tells him ukuthi njengoba ingane zingahleli kahle ziya affecteka esikoleni, and not only esikoleni but bona self deep down abazokhula kahle nalenkinga ababhekene nayo. So they try to move on for the most part. I hate how Kenneth always does this thing. You would see, these are my children. These are my children. These are my children. Sir, you've been saying that for the past how many hours of the movie? But like the movie is like over the course of years, obviously. So you keep saying that, but like you're not doing anything about it. So what's the do? Like, bro. Anyways, so they start Trisha starts experiencing Gloria in the form of dreams. Gloria shows herself to Trisha, the teacher in the school. I'd say, my house is on fire. I need you to go help me put out the fire that is going on in my house before it burns my kids alive. I need you to take care of this, take care of that, take care of this, take care of that. So much so that Gloria starts telling Trisha intimate details about her family, about her husband, about her kids, about their home, to try and bring her up to speed with what's going on. And now that the kids have also opened up, it becomes uh it's a bit of a conundrum in a way, because if I were in Trisha's shoes, I would be spooked, first of all, because why am I dreaming about a woman I don't know? All these dreams, okay, they end up, they add up. And Trisha does tell Kenneth Uguti, I see your wife in my dreams. She tells me things. She shows me things. Just take care of this issue, because she's not at rest at all. Your wife is not resting in peace. She's not resting in peace. And so over time, like over the next couple of days to a week, Esther's water breaks. So she goes into labor. They take her to the hospital. In the hospital, she stays in labor for about 3-4 days, like actively in labor. And then finally they do a C-section, and she loses the baby, unfortunately. So the baby doesn't make it. And whilst she's resting in her ward, so after the baby has been delivered, and she's been told the baby did not survive, oh, your husband is here to see you. As she's resting in the ward A1, Kenneth esakhuluma nodokotela in the next in the office, Gloria reveals herself to Esther one more time, and again it's in the form of a dream. So in the dream, Esther is busy running around trying to hit Junior. Ngoswazi ufuna ukushaya Junior. Junior abaleka, uyamjaha. And then Junior abaleka aphume aye emnyango. Mephumela emnyango uyamlandela lo. Memlandela, she sees Junior going to hide behind his mom. So Gloria, in her full self, fully visible, shows herself to Esther. And she's just looking at her so intensely, and she's just silently crying, looking at Esther like just intense stare. And it's that stare that wakes Esther up. She starts screaming within the dream, but it transfers into physically crying and waking up. She can't see anymore. It becomes basically a liability. So Ken takes her home. Maybe frequently, she's just like, no, somebody is in this room. So she starts feeling Gloria's presence more and more. Now that her her one of her senses has been taken away, she feels Gloria's presence more and more, and she's unsettled. She can't sit on the couch because somebody's sitting on this couch. She can't sleep at night because somebody's in this room at night. She can't walk down the passage because somebody's standing in front of me. Meanwhile, there's no one there. Kenneth agabon luto hilo pelo oswa izinto. She gets so unsettled. She's just like, take me back to the village, take me back home, I want to go home. They take her back home, and it is there, after some time, footna corner, it is there that she still feels Gloria's spirit intensely. Yedwa futhi. And it's there at the village that she reveals that I killed Gloria. Yeah, that's that. So the elders convene, they talk it out, and they decide, they let her know. After some time, Nyan and Jugutia, we've discussed the matter. We're not going to kill you, we're not going to do anything else. So justice has been partially served, right? We're not going to do anything to you other than banish you. So you're going to have to leave the village. Was born to pill up, but you're going to have to leave. And it's at that very evening after her judgment has been passed, she hangs herself, which is weird because she can't say. So how she get up on the tree? How she get the rope? How she tied the rope? Or did her vision come back towards like the end? I don't know. None of these things are like addressed or even brought up. But yeah, the mom, oh mama, she finds Uluma, she finds Esther hanging on the tree, and she's just like, oh, Tuviakwa, wonder shall never end, basically. And she just goes on about with her life. The movie ends after we see one final scene that takes us into the future just a little bit. So in this future scene, we see Kenneth with Trisha. So yeah, Kenneth and Trisha do get together and they do take care of the kids. So the kids become happier and happier and happier again. They get happy again because they finally have somebody who takes care of them genuinely. Raising kids is more than just about taking care of them like physically. You need to take care of their emotional well-being, their psychological well-being, their educational well-being. So all those spheres of life are taken care of now, and so in the future they do become happy children again. And that, my dear friends, is how we end the movie. Thoughts? Iplong. There are quite a bit of inconsistencies here and there. There are some plot holes here and there, but for the most part, it is a solid movie. It does what it is intended to do, which is to give you the foundation, lay the foundation out for you, have you build a relationship with these characters, and then you get so hurt, you get so violently hurt when something happens to one of them. And the kids, man, the kids are the most important part of it all. And I'm glad Guti, in the end, they do become happy again. In the end, they do have somebody in their lives that will take them in and love them unconditionally, because Kenneth is just not doing that, unfortunately. He's not doing that. So that wraps up this video. It's a long video. I'm gonna have a lot of editing to do, but I'm happy, I'm excited, I'm glad I've started, because that's all that matters. You just need to start. Just create it. You will edit it later on. Make sure you create something. The series has been a long time coming. I have been planning it out for so long. I almost like held myself back even more. But I'm glad we are here. Next time, I promise to start filming a lot sooner so that the sun doesn't set while I'm still talking, and then there's this weird light thing going on. Also, we'll try to get rid of everybody in the house before I start filming, because disturbances, oh my god, I feel like, yeah, let me get to editing this, and yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Let me know what you think. Let me know what your journey has been like with the Nollywood industry. Let me know what is your favorite Nollywood movie, any of the classics that we all know and love. Let me know what you think. Let me know how you feel. Did you watch this movie? How many times did you watch it? How many times did you cry while watching it? I want to know it all in the comments down below. As always, don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. I have so much more planned for you guys. I literally bought a notice board and finger pointers. So we've got a lot of we've got a lot of work to do together, you and I. Anyways, thanks for watching. Bye. Anyways, how do I leave this screen now? How do I exit out of this screen and get on a manch? What do I do? So to recap, because ngiphelelwe bitch kule camera ne, at least iyangitshela ke mangabe siye ukurecorda lento yabo le trauma enginayo guys ukuthi ngirecord ngikhulume kuleya phone ngikhulume icishe ingashongo. I've said goodbye to all that trauma now.